Here again in it today, boys. What an exciting time to be a sports fan. This is really like getting onto the edge of being like the absolute best time of the year for sports. Really getting close to it. Not quite there yet. We're working our way up. But this is like once you get to about mid September, early October, perfect time to be a sports. It's like the highlight of sports fandom all year round. Because if you think about it, what do you have in October? You get the World Series in baseball, right? You have the NFL back, head fullest team, doing great. And then you get the NBA back. Like it starts kicking off, starts doing some things. Like, what more can you ask for? And a lot of these NBA players, superstars at least, had kind of a rough off season with the Olympics. They're not usually used to playing all that extra time. So hopefully it doesn't affect any of them. I know guys like LeBron a little long in the tooth. Old Kevin Durant ain't exactly a spring kitten either. You know, but it happens. These guys will be back. I'm sure they'll be in shape and whatnot. I'm ready to absolutely go. I want to shout out to everybody on YouTube and Rumble for out here supporting us. Well, what's up, Jake? How's it going tonight? Hopefully, you're doing good. Just enjoying this nice little weather. Shout out on Matt. Hello to you too. I just shouted you out, bro. But I don't know if we have donations even turned on, man. To be honest with you. But just so you know, this does get re-aired on Rumble, like on repeat. There's a little secret, and if you're watching this on Rumble, you just found out. But it's all good. I appreciate you though. What's my favorite dough? I mean, in my pocket, bro. Like, what other kind of dough would you want besides that? Like, that's the best possible one. What's your favorite dough? I've never even. You know what? I'm real slow tonight. I'm real slow. I finally got that last little bit. Because I'm not gonna read. Like I'm not, bro. I'm dumb, but I'm not retarded. Well, I'm retarded, but I'm not dumb. We'll say that. What's my favorite dough? Pizza dough or cookie dough or Play-Doh? Why would I do Play-Doh, bro? That don't make no sense. It's got to be cookie dough. At least it's the only edible one out of those three, and I'm a fat kid. Uh, Look at you, Flanois. You try to get it. Yeah, he tried to get me, bro. Like that's rookie level, and it even took me like I didn't even say it because of what it was. It just didn't even make sense to me, so I didn't say it. So I got real lucky there, kind of dodging a bullet. But you was close. You was real close. I'll applaud you for that. Like we almost you almost caught me. Luckily, I ain't drinking today, or is that would have got me? I think if I was drinking right now, y'all would have got me. But I'm on water right now, just that straight, H2O, high quality, as my boy uh, Bobby Boucher would say. Did you guys hear Robert Griffin III got fired today from the ESPN from his little show? And to be honest with you, I was never super hype on RG3. He did have some decent analysis, though. Go back to Mexico. Well, I'm as gringo as it possibly gets, but and in my neck of the woods, they're Cubans. Like you're in the wrong. No, actually, my son got these Air Force glasses, which were kind of crazy. I'm an Army vet, actually. But my son had picked these up, and my regular sunglasses are too dark tinted to read the screen. So I got to wear his sunglasses while I'm on chat. But I got like a light right behind the wall, like right behind my camera. So like if I move too much, I just get like blasted by light. And so I got to wear sunglasses. Bro, this is my country. Staying off the grid. I'm an army vet. Shut up. You ain't got nothing to say. And there was more people that spoke Spanish that I respected than I would ever respect of you. So you can calm that malarkey down. Like I don't know if you realize this, but there's Mexicans in the army too, bro. Wild, I know. Yeah, yeah, not the Air Force though. It was too easy for me. That would have been too easy. And now that I'm old enough, I wish I would have went Air Force. Like when you get done serving, you realize that like, yeah, they got a cupcake, but sometimes cupcakes are nice. Well, it's legal in my state, so we'll call it whatever you want to call it, buddy. We'll call it that. How about that? I mean, you could be right. What happened to my friend with the Volkswagen? I ain't got no idea about no Volkswagen period, bro. You lost me there, Matthew. Yes, I am married, happily married. See the ring and all that good stuff. Beautiful lady. Outkicked my coverage, as they like to say. So I'm a very happy man. But I really wonder what Matthew was talking about with the Volkswagen to a ma. Look, bro, if you're gonna insult someone, you gotta at least spell it correctly. Like you gotta get don't be so excited to hit enter that you don't double check, bro. It'll be a little savior in life. Like I know what you're trying to say, but you're too dumb to even properly get the insult out. So like I can just clown you in front of people that like are gonna watch this over and over again because the bad cop. Yeah, that makes sense. A cop that can't spell. That makes actually perfect sense. All of a sudden, it makes sense. Oh, Joe Burrow had a rough day of practice today. The Chicago Bears picked him off 3 times, and the Chicago Bears are trash. But that's really what practice is for. Anywho, like if you're going to be out there practicing, just get it in. Bills Pro Bowl linebacker Matt Milano, who left Tuesday's practice with an injured torn bicep, will be out indefinitely. Milano will undergo surgery on his torn bicep with the hope to return later this season, possibly in December. This is a big hit to the Bills team, who's going to be trash this year. Mark, look, we've been waving our flag for y'all to hear it. The Bills are going to be trash. Blaze, this is a sports show and not medical. Uh, yeah, I'm going to go with Josh. I'd go for it. I don't know what's going to happen. Do it and let us know. Like the people will be waiting. We are now waiting on the countdown for Blaze the Bum to accomplish that. Like I want to see it. Hey, look at that. We got a little Van Halen reference by the Trash Man. Shout out to Trash Man too. You want to talk about an unappreciated job? Wait till you get like when I first moved to Florida, I had the best trash man ever. Dude was great. He was a big fat old black guy. And I tell you what, he picked up the trash on time every time. He had plenty of time to set it out in the morning. He was just a nice guy. He'd give you a Christmas card and all that good stuff. Man, I got me a new trash guy that I don't like. Mm, mm. Man, shout out to all the good trash men, man. Y'all really are underrated, underappreciated. Yeah, we cleaning the streets. Man, you ain't lying. Bruh, people, I don't think people realize how quickly stuff would get dirty if trash was not taken. Like, we would be looking like one of those places in India real quick, like, disgustingly like. It don't make no sense. And people be getting mad at Trash Man, and I ain't never like, bro. How you gonna get mad at the dude dealing with trash? Like he's dealing with enough in life just clocking in, clocking out. You ain't gonna do that job. Quit pretending. Yeah, it's a Chiefs shirt. It's a championship shirt too. And guess what? It's an old Super Bowl too. I got another one from the last Super Bowl and one from the one before that too. Like, bro, you know how many Chiefs Super Bowl shirts I got? You want to talk about trash man uniform? Yeah, we out here cleaning up the streets, throwing y'all in the dumpster, bro. That's the closest to the trash man uniform you finna get. Look, y'all don't want me to get started talking trash. Like I be doing it. I look like the Big Lebowski character. I'll take that as actually a compliment. As a fan of the dude, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't like White Russians though. It's a terrible drink. I don't know how anybody be drinking milk and liquor, but that man was on some other shit. Like he really, really was truly on some different stuff. I got Bam Magara. What's his name? Bam Magara, the skateboarder. I got that yesterday. That was yesterday's insult or whatever. So I thought that one was kind of accurate. But I prefer to be Big Lebowski. Like you were talking about life goals, bro. The dude did not give a thing about a damn. Bro, you get that boy out on a bowling alley, nights out, bro. Like you ain't talking to the big, and I can't bowl either. I can't drink White Russians and I can't bowl. I'm a terrible dude. But we all got hopes for one day, right? One day. One day we'll be as cool as him. The Steve Buscemi character, god damn, man, that hit low. That was a low bro. I don't look nothing like him. Nothing. That ain't even close. I'm fat, bro. Like, I ain't even. This is a swing and a miss. Why can't I be. Why, am I thinking of the right dude? Am I thinking about the skinny dude that dies? Which one was Steve Buscemi? Which character was he? I'm bad with names. Oh, it's all good. That ain't. It don't hurt my feeling. Crazy eyes. Let's talk politics. We don't really do politics on this show, bro. Like, I quit doing politics. Like the amount of it just don't do nothing for nobody. The problem with politics is no one's ever changed your mind in a political conversation, have they? If I got up here and started preaching to you about politics, would it change your opinion? No. If you started talking politics, would it change my opinion? No. No. Let's keep it to sports. You got politics in your blood? No, bro. Not really. Not really. Not really. Ooh, shout out to Misty. Hey, I might have to holler at that lady. Politics is verbal sports, mate. All right, you want to talk politics? Look, this is just a Thursday show. We ain't got no direction to go. Y'all really just want to get into the politics? We could talk. You gotta steal me though. I need questions. I ain't gonna just pull up an opinion. I'm a veteran, so you can imagine, a baseline of how I feel about a lot of things. Ooh, we got to vote against politics. Yeah, and David's got it right. Listen to this quote. People only listen to what they want to hear. You're dead on. I know, I'm telling you. Like, I'm not going to change a single opinion on sports. Maybe on football. I can get you there on football. Oh, Stone Cold versus Psycho Sid. So, Blazing Bum. My co-host, Dude with the Beard, is a black guy. He is our WWE expert. So you really got to lean on to him. However, we're talking WWF for that comment. And I was still around for that. What do you want to talk about? I mean, it's Stone Cold by a country mile. We did a Unhinged Heroes on Stone Cold Steve Austin, so you should check that out. Thank you, Pizza. I'm not sure. I don't remember you stopping by before, but I appreciate you making it out. Little Pizza Deli. Royals having a good year. You like baseball? Yes, sir. David, I am a baseball guy. And then shout out the Royals, man. And to be honest with you, I didn't really see this year going as good as it did coming into the season. You know, as a Royals fan, you get real used to those 100 loss seasons. But man, Bobby Witt Jr., blah, whoo, that pitching staff ain't bad either. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad. I can't believe they locked him up long term. Because if you've been following the Royals for any period of time, you would know typically a Bobby Witt Jr. would be playing for a couple years and then signed by some other team. The Royals would never trade him away and get nothing. They would just let him walk because they couldn't afford to pay him. No hockey, brother. I'm not a hockey guy. I like hockey fights though. Yeah, Bonsi G's got it right. Hockey fights are decent. That is it's like NASCAR. I'm just here for the crash. Okay? Like I know what's going on, but it's not never really been my cup of tea until it gets crazy. If he waited until next year to sign his extension, it would have been doubled what they got for him. Yeah, yeah, easy. And that's, man, imagine what the Dodgers would have thrown at Bobby Witt Jr. or the Yankees or something. I just hope it's not like, oh, and it's hard to even do a proper comparison to him, right? Because in my mind, I'm like, hopefully it's not like a Mike Sweeney, where you got a guy that you like, but he's so much better than Mike Sweeney, it's hard. But you got a guy that you like and he just never wins. Hopefully he's more like a Gordon or something, an Alex Gordon. I'd take that. You made me a fellow Canadian from where is that, bro? I can't even pronounce the name of that town. Monston? What part of Canada is that? I only know BC. I only know the BC area. Like if you ain't talking Vancouver, I don't really know. And I guess like Ontario. Yeah, yeah, David, I'm right there with you. That's got to be some made up. That's some y'all at least got some whiskey there. 2 fish suppers, please. Look, if I had the ability to give you some fish, I'd teach you how to fish instead. Where's it at, Blaze? Yeah, I know you said it exists. What part of Canada? Am I going east, west? Like that just seems. It seems like I feel like how many people are in the town of Montenson, Canada? Like if we're gonna be honest, is it more that do y'all got at least 5,000 people? New Brunswick area. Okay. So on the East Coast side, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, there ain't a lot of people in that town, is there, bro? Like, does your high school fill up a whole hockey team by itself? Timothy's out here saying "Go Trump," and some Chinese guy wants to know if I'm a predator. No, I am more of an alien. Alien versus predator is more of the way I leaned, kind of from out of this world. But thanks for stopping by. If you could tell me what your name means in Chinese, that would be appreciated. It's probably Korean. Oh, is it Taiwan? Are you from Taiwan? Taiwan's number one. Taiwan number one. Yeah, I know you guys like that one. That Trump guy don't like that you're an alien. No, he doesn't mind if I'm an alien as long as I'm a legal one. Oh, he doesn't mind the legal ones. He hires them. Dylan Gilbert, greetings from Africa. Hell yeah. What part of Africa? That gets us hyped, bro. Like, I love this And I like to travel. I've been to a few places around the world, so always getting excited about people from different places. South Africa, bro? Hell yeah. Do me a favor, Dylan. This is my favorite question to ask a non American. If you can go to America, what state would you visit first? And Blaze, I actually only own one pair, but this is my son's pair, so I guess we can call it two. If you want to call it two. Uh, Man, that's a real crazy question, Dylan. I'm from a lot of different places, but right now I am currently from Florida and lived in Kansas City for a long time. Logan Collin wants to shout out my friend Dixon. That was good. That was good, Logan. That was good. I like that one. Shout out Dixon. Your boy Dixon gets a shout out. Hope he's paying attention so y'all can have a nice romantic dinner together. What's up, John Ross? Where's the other dude? He's got meet the teacher night for his kid. You know, you gotta do them daddy duties sometimes. I'm a dad as well. You know, some every once in a while we gotta do solo shows. But appreciate you knowing the other dude should be here. So shout out John Ross. What do you think about the English? I'm all right. Dylan, I want to see Florida for the crazy wildlife. Bro, man, it really is crazy out here. Like, out of all the places I've lived in America, I've lived in like 6 states or something like that. And I've been to all 48 continental states. And man, so much, so much wildlife. Yeah, the 20-foot pythons, I'm a city boy. I do got alligators about 5 houses down though. So anytime I want to see some gators, uh, I'd like to check out. Where in Africa would I visit? Honestly, probably Egypt is real dope. South Africa would be interesting. Like I'd hit up Cape Town or something. A lot of northern, like that northeastern part of Africa, really. I like that whole little northern area. It looks real pretty. Um, but I'd probably go Egypt first. Yeah, and Dylan, you know what's crazy? I know you're saying gators are cute, but wait till you see crocs. Florida has crocodiles, bro. We got them here. We've got them here. Egypt was your first two in Africa. Yeah, I've heard the Egypt government's a little funky though. It's got me got me questioning. John Ross, John Ross, what do you think about Spencer Rattler? Look, there's some hype around him. You know, there's some real hype around him. There's always kind of been hype around him. But I think you're gonna get like the whole story of Spencer Rattler's typical career. Like you'll get a little hype, and then the other foot's gonna drop. Like we'll be excited, and then we'll realize he's not really that guy. Is it true that Crocs are more dangerous than Gators? Yeah, they're more aggressive. Gator ain't really gonna mess with you. If you want, you really, I'm not worried about a Gator unless I got like a dog with me, you know, something they want to go after. You know, if not, they're really gonna leave you alone. Blazers, 49ers worst team, not gonna lie. Look, I wish you were here last night. We had a 49ers guy in here last night just having a blast, and he kept being like uh talking about how the 49ers are going to own the Chiefs this year, and it was just malarkey. And Dylan, I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida. I'm in the Tampa Bay area. So if you know where Tampa is, that's where I'm from. Or at. I'm not really from here. Can't watch Car the Bum again. Man, I ain't lying. I really had so much more expectations for Derek Carr down there for the Saints. Like, just come on, man. You really could have done better than this. Like, what are we doing here, man? I thought he was going to I wanted him to turn it around, bite the Raiders in the butt. Oh, David had to watch Core for 9 years. Yeah, man. He just couldn't. It's that middle of the road, too good to replace, but not good enough to win any like a championship with. And that's a hell of a problem to be with in the NFL. There's a lot of quarterbacks. Like if you look at the like Tua, I feel like is that kind of way, like a good quarterback, real good, but you're not going to win a Super Bowl with him. So overpaid for a mid quarterback. Yeah. But every quarterbacks get paid. If you're gonna pay a quarterback, it's always top tier money. Like if you get rid of that, what's our channel about? Sports, man. The Bold Sports Show. That's what we call this bad boy. We're bold predictions. We really make you some money in the NFL. We do a lot of sports betting. We do sports in general. Tonight's episode is Thursday. We just do question and answers though. So like just whatever kind of topics come up, is kind of the way we're gonna go. Carr is the lowest tier mid quarterback. Man, it'd be hard to say that's not a spot on accurate prediction. Mainly American based sports. We do mostly American. We do like the UFC. So, kind of international, but still pretty American. I think we might try to cover the next World Cup, but we didn't even do nothing with the Olympics or nothing, if that tells you. So mostly just like your football, baseball, basketball kind of things. The Seahawks are kind of good without Pete Carroll. It's slightly early to tell, but he was getting kind of stale up there, so it's kind of hard to move on from him, but I can get it. Speaking of South Africa, I got DDP this weekend. I'm not sure what that is. Can you give me a breakdown of what that is? Oh, David's got a list for me too. Tua, Stafford, Cousins, all in that car. Oh, yes. And look, my co-host would say Cousins, and actually, we kind of need to take Stafford out because he's won a Super Bowl. So he just got out of Detroit finally. That's all that took. Saints fans always getting our hopes up that we suck. Man, look, I'm a Chiefs fan, so that has been like my whole upbringing. So I get it, like just making the playoffs can be a win for some teams, like as a fan base. And I'm going to be completely honest. Like that Alex Smith era for the Chiefs was amazing because it brought playoff football back to Kansas City. Like we weren't even winning, but it was still just a fact, making the playoffs every year. Oh yeah, man. I'm sorry. I should have put that two together. Especially since I just was talking about the UFC. And I was just looking at doing the UFC 305 this weekend. Like I just looked at the card before this stream, and I still let that one slip up, David. Opinion on the Boston Red Sox? I don't like the Red Sox. I'm a Royals fan. Yeah, I get salty on them. I don't like any of those East Coast major market teams, to be honest with you. Like just something about Boston sports. I can't ever. You want Dreykus? Dreykus could win. Look, John, he really could win. He really, really could. But I know Adesanya is cocky, but he's good too. And yeah, Dreykus is unpredictable. Man, to be honest with you, I'm an Adesanya fan. I don't like this matchup for him. It's not the greatest in the world, but I'm hoping he wins. And John's out here talking about how he loves him some Bobby Wood Jr. Boy, me too, man. One of my biggest regrets is while he was still in the minor leagues, someone wanted to trade a signed baseball bat from Bobby Wood Jr. and I lowballed him with like a McCall Hardman signature, signed photo. And like he just stopped communicating with me. But I would have thrown some cash on top too if you wanted to. Bobby Witt is trash. Look, you that's just trolling, Ivan. Like, what are we talking about? He might be the best baseball player in the league right now. Like, what are we really talking about? Like, name me 10 baseball players better than Bobby Witt Jr. right now in today's game, this season. David said, I hope Asanya wins and then Adesanya, I'm going to keep saying his name wrong, and then beats the poop out of Strickland again after. Yeah, yeah. I was really disappointed in that Strickland fight with Adesanya. Like, I don't like Strickland's mouth. I don't like Strickland. And I think that's my biggest problem. Like, just seeing a guy you just absolutely dislike win just makes it fucking sour. Especially when you got a guy that you like, like you're like, oh, I like Adesanya, he's cool. At least he's a little weird. Like if we're gonna be honest, like any dude that paints his nails, I always get a little weirded out by it. I don't know what it is. It's a weird trait, and I just didn't want to see him lose. Acuna Jr. You said his name twice. I said 10 players. And if you think he's 100 times better, you're lying. The numbers don't lie, bro. Like you go pull up. Like you want me to start busting out stats? Like we start pulling up stats if we need to. Strickland is a very weird racist guy. He's all sorts of weird, dude. Like just like really, like he's even weirder than painting your fingernails. Like you can tell he got. Like, I don't want to say it, but like you can tell his childhood was funky too. Yeah, John Ross. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how injury prone Ivan is. Like, man, Bobby Wood isn't even good enough to be a bad boy. We're just trolling at this point. That's just disrespectful. They're like, they don't even, like, if it was remote, it's not even good trolling because, like, with a good troll attempt, you want a smidgen of truth in it. You want just like a touch. You want to have at least an argument, right? Like the people that say Gronk are better than Kelsey, when they troll with that, at least they got like some talking points. Like any auto sports, like NASCAR, F1, is that what you're saying, Dylan? David, yeah, daddy issues. I'll say it. Yeah, that is exactly what it is. What couldn't hold Mookie Betts jockstrap? Look, you're getting to two. You're 20% of the way there. Keep making up these lies. I want to see how deep you go down. How foolish can it get? How foolish can we get? Yeah, now NASCAR F1 rally. I follow NASCAR a little bit remotely. So back in my younger days, I did do a little pit crewing for a dirt track racing. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. And so that, I've always kind of got a little NASCAR touch into it, but I don't know. I like drag racing a bit too. I like street racing, but no Moto GP. Those guys are too crazy for me. The motorcycles make me nervous for them. I'm this guy's dad. That's a heck of a screen name. And a weird comment. Like, you're weird too. Mike Piazza is the best player this year. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Ivan. There you go. That's exactly what I needed to hear. Hey, I like this girl, but I don't know how to tell her. What should I do? Well, now we're getting into my expertise area. Luckily for you, I've picked up women in many of states and many of countries and many places around the world. And that's not even including the ones I paid for. So I'm going to tell you what I would tell you. I'm going to tell you what I would tell my nephew. You shoot your shot, bro. The worst she's going to say is no. The more shots you take, the more likely you'll get a yes. So Shoot your shot. You know how Steph Curry made all them threes? You know how he started making all those threes? Because way behind the line, because he wasn't afraid to shoot your shot. Bro, you can think his line, look, I'm a happily married man. I ain't got nothing to pretend about. Is Dylan. It's too short to call it that now. It's got a new nickname. They call it something else when it's this short. But I'm mad that I made it all the way through with you just now catching on. But Qasim Ben, look, you ain't got to lie about it, bro. Like, all you got to do is go out and get it. It's not that hard. Look, that's the biggest, don't put it on a pedestal. Look, this is simple. You don't need no Andrew Tate level lessons. Like, don't put it on a pedestal. Shoot your shot. If it don't work, go to the next one. There's like 4 billion women in the world, dude. One of them likes you. I promise you. More than one. I promise you, even Qasima Ben can get a woman. If you're shy, have a couple drinks and do your thing. That's not a terrible advice either, David. Like, what's that dude from The Big Bang Theory? Raj? That's how you got him to talk about it. And shout out Dylan. Yeah, man, I actually, live streaming is harder than it looks. Like the first couple times we did it, especially solo, like when you're doing it by yourself, because it's really like I'm talking to a wall, right? Like really, if you look at it at the end of the day, staring at a phone screen talking. Like, and I encourage you, like we're 36 minutes, like talk 36 minutes straight, bro. That shit, it's harder than it looks. Ivan, you can report it, bro. It's not drug use. This is a legal state that I'm in, and it's not drugs. It's a prescription. Okay. Google Florida, and you're gonna feel salty. John Ross pulled up the stats. Oh yes, I love this, John. And there's no reason. We already know. Like before you even start typing them out, John, just know. We already knew. Like we didn't have to look at these stats to know. But you know, I'll let you educate the troll Ivan, who's upset about a little homemade cigar. Like, come on, man. Yeah, man, having personality when it feels so disconnected is really something else. Also, green ain't drugs, it's plants. God put it on the earth for a reason. Yeah, look, you just so happen to catch it on fire, it does some things. But yeah, man, honestly, you guys chatting makes it easy. Like, because then it's like talking to someone. Like, honestly, like, without the chat, about half an hour, it starts getting like, all right, I'm ready to go. You know, and we really try to do at least an hour every night. So I appreciate you noticing that too, Dylan. Like it's an underrated thing. It's like every once in a while you get people that make fun of you for the things. They'll be like, you only have 6,000 subscribers. And I'm like, look, 90% of YouTube has less than 1,000. Like I'm in the top 10%. I'm doing okay. We're doing okay. You know, so we appreciate it. 250 batting average? Is he that bad? He's closer to the Mendoza line than Bobby Witt Jr. Ivan, you got a lot of explaining to do. You didn't look at those stats, did you? You just started running your mouth. Yeah, look, it's all right, John. Don't. It's a troll, bro. He's just trolling. You can't get upset about trolls. You got to appreciate their effort. Like, they just want to get under your skin. He said Mike Piazza, the dude who's been retired for 20 years, and he's talking about he's better than Bobby Witt Jr. today. Like what are we talking about here? Like, let's be serious. This is crazy. You're just talking nuts. You're trying to get the sports guy riled up. Like, and it works sometimes, but not that time. Like, that's the problem. When you troll, you gotta be at least a little bit accurate with it, you know? Like our boy King last night. Now he likes Bryce. I know. Look, he's just pulling out. He probably Googled the best baseball players and this is what he got. Are you a Mizzou fan too? Pretty much. Pretty much. I'm not huge into college sports. It's not really my thing. It's not the college I went to, so I don't. It's not like I have any allegiance to Mizzou. And it was really closer to KU, being from Kansas City. But yeah, I go for the Tigers. College sports is hard to get into. Music taste. I listen to just about anything, mostly hip hop and rap. I do rock and pretty much anything besides techno. I don't do house music. John Ross, LSU. We was talking about them last night. I hate LSU. Can't stand LSU. The blowouts turn me off. My problem with college sports, right? So if you look at like the NFL, there's like 1,200 players in the league. And in college football, there's like 15,000. Like there's no way to know everything about college football unless you get super deep into it. And all the guys are constantly leaving. Like you'll remember a guy for a year and he's gone 2 years later type deal. Like it gets old to me. Top 5 rappers, put me on. Okay. This is a tough list, bro. This is a tough one to do. But I like the top 5 conversations. We usually do like what we call like a bold top 7. But I'll do the top 5. Number 1, Eminem. Obviously as a white guy, I'm a big fan. Number 2 is going to be Lil Wayne. Number 3 will be Tech 9. Number 4 will probably be Jay-Z. And number 5 is going to be Biggie Smalls. The 3-4 years stay is dead with it. Yeah, like, man. Like, if you're lucky, it's 4 years. You're lucky if it's 3. Like, anybody worth anything, bro, he's gone, man. He's gone. So, like, look at Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, if you're a football fan, you get excited about him early on, and then he's already in the NFL. In the NFL, I can remember that guy for, if he's got a long career, 10, 20 years. You're going to have to try that again, Jessica Green. That one did not come through. You lost me at Tech 9, but then I remembered you're from the Midwest. Look, I promise you, do me a favor, and it's the case with every rapper, right? You got to listen to the early CDs, right? The hungry CDs. Do me one favor, and I'm only going to give you one album, and that's Angelic. It's one of the few albums I hit start on track 1 and just let it play through. Like there's like less than 10 albums in the world that I just hit play on. Like most of the time I'm like, I like this song, that song. Even Jay-Z's like that. Like I put Jay-Z on the list and he's got some songs that I'm not been, but yeah, and Tech 9 is really the most successful underground artist of all time. So like you got to respect that part of the culture too. But Angelic and Vintage Tech. There's a album called Vintage Tech. It's not 100% playthrough, but it's a solid 80%. Like and we can go to newer songs too. Like if you play Red Nose, I wish I could play the songs for us right now. But I know Tech 9 will copyright strike this if I do. All right, you're going to listen to it at work tomorrow, brother. I'm just saying, give it a shot. Now, like a lot of his newer, later stuff, like probably the last few albums, I'm like where I find like maybe 1 or 2 songs on the whole album I like. And I'm a big fan, But I also, like, I grew up in the city with him. Knew him before he popped off type deal with the 57th Street Road Dog Villains. That's another song. Let's Get Fucked Up by 57th Street Road Dog Villains. Certified classic in Kansas City. What's your top 5 though, David? Freddie Gibbs. Hey, that's a good choice, bro. I can dig it, but let me get the top 5. Maybe you put me onto something I ain't thinking about. You've hustle path motivation. What's your opinion on Andrew Tate? What part of Andrew Tate would you like me to talk about? I think he's not someone I would follow or listen to for advice. But I think the guy is smart. I think what he did with marketing, look at his strategy, right? That whole Hustlers University made him famous and got him paid. AZ, Big Pun. Hey, shout out Big Pun, bro. Sean Price, Nas, and Biggie. Man, Big Pun, man. That takes me back someday. Tate says some good things, but it's all just media. Uh, just playing Bengals week 3 scare you, knowing Burrow should have the rust off by then. Burrow looked dangerous, looking dangerous this year. Are we sure that Burrow is going to be healthy for week 3? Is the bigger question. No, I'm not afraid of the Bengals. Not at all. The Bengals messed up when they called it Burrowhead, and then it was like they'll never win again after that. It'll never happen. Trying to claim that the Chief Stadium is Joe Burrow's with no hardware to prove it. Where's the rings at, bro? Yeah, top 5 is hard, bro. Ghostface Killer, Jay's. Look, Ghostface, bro. Look, let's get it. Ghostface, Jay-Z, Ice Cube, Andre, 2K, and Nas. Yeah, I think it's Andre 3000, ain't it? Was that what it was? He made 50 million from that and 950 million from the other ones. Hey, Rusty. Hey, don't get blocked, bro. I'm yet to have to block someone. Don't make me do it. I just don't want to do it. Yeah, you said 3K. Okay, that's all good. Yeah, and like we really need to talk about like those Southern boys too. Like them Southern rappers be off the chain too. Like there's a big part of my uh, bringing up that just like the whole Trick Daddy. Like we need to bust him out too. But let's talk Andrew Tate for a second, just to get back on that topic for just real quick. Like that Hustler University was so smart because he told people, take my clips and repurpose them. Like most YouTubers are shisty. They're like, hey, don't, this is my content, make your own. Andrew Tate was like, take my content and you'll make money off of it. And next thing you know, you had 10,000 people uploading Andrew Tate content, paying him to do so, making money and making him popular. Like thank you, UGK, David. That's what I was thinking about. Thank you, the Underground Kings. Shout out to all them boys. Rest in peace, Pimp C. Look, is that's a whole just a whole nother era of my life, bro. Just remembering that kind of when I was into them. Like that was underrated. And you know who else is underrated? The boys 3-6 Mafia. Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm right there with you, Dylan. His marketing is something like they could write a college book about his internet marketing abilities. Like I'm a small business owner. I own a business, and just like, man, just seeing that guerrilla marketing was genius. Yeah, 3-6 Mafia, Slava, and Project Pat, bro. Oh my God, another absolute legend. Love the background, brother. Look, appreciate it. I moved down to Florida. I'm down by the beach every day. This is the backdrop and real life, except for it's actually dark outside right now. But like, I'm like a mile from the ocean. So like I take advantage of them sunsets as much as I can. He definitely knows his spot in the market. Yeah, look, that ain't no line. Look, he knows what he's doing, bro. And like, I forget what countries he's in. He's in some Transylvania type country, Romania or something. Man, Man, just different life in Eastern Europe, bro. I don't know if you've ever Romania. That's what it was. Romania. Yeah, I've never been to Eastern Europe, just Western, just like Germany, and Belgium and the Netherlands. Been to Amsterdam 6 times. It's an excellent place to visit. Yeah, Romania, Romania. Yeah, you get away with a few things out there. And look, he was a legit. He was supposed to be a legit kickboxer, dude. I never seen any of his stuff before he got famous. I wasn't familiar with him, but I'm not like a huge kickboxing guy either, so it's not a surprise. David, actually, they had those in Germany, so I never went to one in Amsterdam. Actually, they're overpriced there. They want that tourist dollars. No, but it is an excellent place to walk through. That is where the party's at. Tate was really good in the UFC. Tate was not in the UFC. He never made it to the UFC. Not that I'm aware of. What was it like traveling outside of the U.S.? It was cool, man. I had a lot of fond memories. I was in the army, right? So like young, dumb, little money in my pocket, and ready to have a great time. So I took advantage of being in Europe and had as much time. David said he was never in UFC. He did kickboxing and fought like 2 times. No, he fought more than that. I know he'd won some belts. He's won some belts. So I don't know, like if it was elite kickboxing competition. I know he says it is, but you know how that goes. Kind of like regular boxing. There's 12 different boxing federations. Kickboxing can be a little funky like that. But honestly, man, any dude that's gonna get in the ring like that is it's a lot to do, man. I'll give anyone the shout out that's got the courage, especially multiple times. Would you say that the army is very glamorous for what it is in the USA? What do you mean by glamorous? Honestly, it was kind of shisty. I'm not a fan of the way they treat troops. I think they could treat people with a lot more decency and like human beings instead of property, you know. But just my personal opinion. My biggest problem is my very last year in the army. I got stationed right by an Air Force base, and when you see the luxuries they get and the luxuries you don't have, it makes a little bit of a difference. Is it worth it at the end of the day? Oh, that's a tough one. Look, it helped me grow up. Like I was a knucklehead as a kid, and to be honest with you, uh, the people I would have been hanging out with if I wasn't in the army, probably I probably would have been in jail or something. You know, um, the people I was hanging out with went on to like rob banks and stuff. I'll put it to you that way. And even one of them even got caught for it and did some time. And so I'm glad that it helped make me grow up and stuff. And a lot of life experience in a in 5 years, man, they'll make you grow up real quick. But they could do better. No tax on veterans. Look, no tax on tips. Let's do it. I want American treated the veterans a lot better. Man, it is crazy, bro. It really is. And in some ways, it's good. Like, I got people that hire me just because I am a veteran. They'll hire my company, have me come out and do bids. And my favorite customers are fellow veterans, to be honest with you. Like, I give them a fat discount, especially if they're in the Army or were in the Army. And just good people to work with. Yeah, it teaches you discipline. Yeah, a lot of like I didn't have a dad growing up, so I probably needed the Army. more than the Army needed me, even, you know. But if I had to do it again, I would have went Air Force or Coast Guard. Like, and it probably would have done 20 in that case, you know. And leadership can make a huge difference too. You know, in my 5 years, I had good leadership and bad leadership. And a bad leadership will make a bad soldier, bro. Like they'll push you to do things like that you wasn't expecting it to be in. I'm in the construction industry. So I've got a company in Kansas City and a company in Florida, and we do construction. So you'll see like little pain on my fingers today from that kind of construction. You know, doing a lot of crazy different things. Yeah, a lot of leaders know the soldiers don't have father figures to take advantage of that. Honestly, bro, like I never had that conversations with any of my supervisors. Like, like my NCOs didn't need to know none of that. That is just too much personal information. Like if you're my friend, we can, or you know, I guess you're a stranger, but if you're my friend or something, we can have that conversation. But like in the workplace, keep your home life home. It's always better to listen to more than you talk at work, I think. Oh, no problem, David. Like, look, I was lucky enough to only be in Europe, you know. So, you know, my service sometimes feels like, you know, I volunteered to join the war. I really wanted to be in the war, and it didn't happen. And so sometimes I think that's kind of rough, you know, especially when I hear thanks, because it's like all I did was, you know, fix their computer from in Iraq from Germany, you know what I mean? Prepared them for deployments and stuff. But I got to remember that's all part of the machine, you know. So I appreciate that, you know. It makes a difference. And thankfully, we got guys like you saying thank you, and not guys like those Vietnam era guys who, when they got home, you know, people are spitting on them and shit, and they hated the veterans, you know. So I'm glad that like I'm not treated like that, and I'm thankful that people appreciate it. The war was shady, man. Maybe it was the best for you that you weren't involved. Yeah, and that's how like my last year and a half in the army is how I felt. Like when I joined, you know, I was in high school for 9/11. So, you know, at 17 I joined. I was like, put me in, coach. Put me in, you know. And I barely missed a deployment. You know, I didn't finish training in time to deploy with my unit. So they moved me to a different unit. And then, you know, it just kept being that situation. Like I kept raising my hand and they kept doing picking me. And then by the time of the end, I'm like, why am I trying to volunteer to die? Like I'm ready to leave. Like this is a BS war anyway. Oh, shout out Pork Chop. I appreciate it. Easy or E. I don't speak that language. I apologize. English or Spanish. Me español no bueno. I'm not very good. I can speak a little bit, enough to get myself in trouble. Are you filming with a green screen? No, it's actually, believe it or not, it's a shower curtain. It's a shower curtain. This is my wife's old shower curtain. She got a new one, so I got a backdrop. And that's how that worked out. So it could be green screen. English or Spanish? That's interesting. I need to work on my Spanish though. I really, really need to get better with it, especially since I'm going to retire in Puerto Rico. Like, I want to do it, bro, back good. At least that was English, bro. So shout out to you, bro. Like glasses. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Massive respect for wanting to fight for us after an event like 9/11, though. Yeah, bro. Like it was just, and it doesn't help that like every generation of my family served. So like my dad, his dad, like we go back till when they came across. Like that's as far as it goes. Do you know any other languages besides English? I'm only fluent in English. I can order beer in German, like I'm Beer Switzer, Guten Tag, a couple words in Spanish, a couple words in German, but mostly just English. My favorite car, I'm a Ford guy, so I like the Mustang. I like the Ford GT40, stuff like that. The Ford Pantera was a bad mamma jamma. I really like the Ford Excursion. Wudenheisen, yeah, Asphalt. Yeah, the exit's that way. Ein Bier bitte. Gonna get some McDonald's. So funny story, right? One of my best friends in the army, shout out Noob. I know he ain't seen this. He's in one of those three-letter agencies, I believe. But he was bragging about how he could order his McDonald's in German. But everybody in German speaks English, so I laughed because I was like, "Look, and I can order mine in English, bro. Like it ain't that fancy. Either way, we're both getting that 20-piece nugget. Like, what is it is, brother? My language is not good. Look, yours is better. Like your English is better than like my Farsi or something. I'm not sure what language you speak, but you're better at speaking English than I am at other languages." So don't feel bad. Don't say you're not good. You're better than me, bro. And I'm great. I'm good too. American muscle is its own thing. Definitely earned its place in this world. Yeah, bro. Nothing like American muscle, man. Like, I don't know. I did have a 7 Series Beamer in Germany, and something about real nice leather seats, comfortable, doing 150 miles an hour on a road trip for just hours is kind of nice. It was kind of nice. And I'm a Porsche fan too. I like them Porsches. Them Porsches. 20 piece with the honey mustard. Look, you out here getting it. You out here getting it. The honey mustard. And the crazy part is, I don't even really like honey mustard, but McDonald's honey mustard be smacking. Autobahn got no speed limits. I really want to drive in Germany. So they actually have a speed suggestion. Okay. So it's kind of funky. There's no speed limit on the Autobahn, and not every highway is technically the Autobahn. So they recommend the speed of 100 kilometers an hour or 60 miles per hour for us American folks. So they want you to do 60. You can go faster, but if you get into an accident, it's automatically your fault. So if I'm doing 140, 150, and somebody cuts me off and I hit them or they hit me even, like sideswipe me or something, my fault because I'm doing 150. But they also, like you flash your headlights, people know to get out your way because you're going fast. And I only had one car ever pass me on the Autobahn, and that bad boy passed me standing still at 150. So I don't even know what he was doing. I'll say those Germans do make more power with small V8s. It's different, man. But they're unreliable, and I don't like them. If you get into an accident at 150, you're probably dead. Yeah, probably, maybe. I've been in an accident at probably like it was like 120 when I was entering the turn, and then I didn't make the turn and rolled the car a couple times and walked away with that one. So you might live from 150. It's possible. I was probably touching maybe 90, 100 on that one. But it did make me like gun shy for corners now. So I do like I only do straight line speed anymore as an older gentleman. You're right. They're needlessly complicated. American V8s are way more reliable. Yeah, man. It's just I've owned a few Beamers, a couple of Volvos, stuff like that. I do like the Volvo's an underrated package. They're a pain in the ass to work on, man. Japanese cars are pretty cool too. I like Japanese stuff. I had a 1983 Mazda RX-7 that I used to race in high school. That was my high school daily driver. I had a 93 Mustang, and then I sold it after I got done building it. and bought a cheap little Mazda RX-7, little 83 deal, and most enjoyable 100 horsepower car you'll ever have. Let's get some love for the 2J. Bro, man, I love me some 2Js. Hey, be easy, David. I appreciate you stopping by. We're live every day at 9 o'clock. We usually end about this time, but we'll probably run like another 10 minutes or so. But yeah, man, I appreciate you subbing. We appreciate every sub, man, and we appreciate every interaction. And make sure you sub because we do cash giveaways, and we don't want people to miss those. Do I ever eat Snickers upside down to get that veiny texture on your tongue? No. I eat them regular, but sometimes frozen. Rotaries are so unique, different kind of power delivery. When are your giveaways? Whenever we make enough money to give away, basically. We use it as an advertisement, so 1/3 of our money goes to I take 1/3, my co-host takes 1/3, and the business takes 1/3. And the business got to pay out a couple other hosts that stop by. So we got to wait for that money to build up. I would imagine our next giveaway will probably be October, and it'll probably be for $100 this time. But we keep thinking about doing like a PlayStation 5 or something too. But right now we usually just do cash. But I think we're going to start doing our game shows on Tuesday. And I think we're going to give out sports cards on Tuesday. I've got like a plethora of some junk wax that I need to get rid of. So I think we're going to do that and give out tons of baseball cards on Tuesdays. So maybe check the Tuesday streams. But the cash will probably be at least September, but I'm going to guess early October. We like to... We try not to pay for out of pocket. We like the business of YouTube to pay for it. Give back to the fans for stopping by. What other parts of the world chime in, or mainly USA? Yeah, any part of the world can chime in. Yeah, we do. As long as you got like some way for me to give you that money, I don't care. You know, we got PayPal, Cash App, that kind of thing. Yeah, for the giveaways and even the cards. Yeah, I would mail those internationally too. Probably. I don't know how much it's going to cost me. Like I might be shoot myself in the foot. But yeah, so the money we give out electronically. Do you have like a PayPal or Cash App? Is that a thing in South Africa? And if so, as long as you're able to receive it, you're able to enter. You know, and we don't even usually require you to like sub or nothing. We just, you know, it'll be like some random video that comes out and whoever comments gets entered kind of deal. Yeah, PayPal is a thing there. Yep, that's how we paid our last winner. You got that PayPal. He was so excited. And to be honest with you, not a lot of people enter. So your odds are good. Like you got good odds. Like we got 6,000 subscribers, and I think like 6 people entered in the last one. So you had like I think we did $25 the last time, and so it was pretty crazy. What time is it there? It is 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock at night. And if you're in South Africa, I'm guessing, bro, it's got to be like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning there, ain't it? What time is it? What time is it where you're at? Man, yeah, I bet it is like 5, 6 in the morning. Shout out to you for catching us early, man. That's rough to do. Yeah, South Africa. Jeez, that's crazy to think about sometimes. The internet's a crazy place, man. You know, it's cool that like, you know, in 1990 we couldn't do this. You didn't even want to make that phone call. 4 a.m. here. Yeah, I figured it was 4 or 5. Yeah, so you're getting up for work or getting ready for, you know, getting ready for the night day, one or the other, one of the two. It's either about to begin or about to end. I'm gonna guess towards the end though. I bet you ain't just woke up. I bet you've been getting it in for a minute. But that's pretty cool to have someone from South Africa, man. Like, my co-host would be he'll be stoked to hear that. Oh, graveyard shift, man. Yeah, that's the shift to be working, man. It's you get a lot done during the day. You get some sleep, not as much as you need, but it's a different beast. What kind of beers you be drinking in South Africa before we end the stream? I know I gotta wake up in the morning early, so I gotta wake up about time you're at now. The clock's catching up to me. I'm gonna wake up at probably like 5, maybe 5:30. But what beer are you drinking in South Africa? Black Label. That sounds like some high ABV type deal. I don't even know if I've had a South African beer. I try to drink different stuff. You know what I mean? Like from all, I don't like drinking the same shit twice too often. I got my favorites that I go back to, but like if there's a new bottle, why shouldn't I try that? But I'm more of a liquor drinker too. We drink alcohol. Like I don't drink a crazy amount of beer. I'm more of like a Crown Royal or Four Roses kind of guy. Little Maker's Mark, Black Label. I'm gonna see if I can find me one of those though. And if I do, I'll make sure to shout you out for it. Give me that little motivation. But I do appreciate you stopping by. We do need a call into the stream here in the next couple minutes. We call it Zamalek. I call it Mother's Milk or Working's More beer. It's more comparable to a European beer. I got you. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I'm a big fan of Heineken too, man. I think Heineken's the most drinkable beer that's ever been made. Red Stripe's real good too. Uh, Mexico, they got a beer called Pacifico, and it's right up my alley too. It's another solid one. Agreed on the Heineken. Bro, everybody loves Heineken. I ain't never met anyone that ever said they hate Heineken, right? Like, that's what it's got to be. But I appreciate you stopping by, Dylan. You've been a real excellent addition to this stream. I'm gonna be honest, I would have quit this stream half an hour ago if it wasn't for you. So I appreciate you. Like you like the fans keep me motivated, bro. Like I really appreciate it. My favorite commercial beer in the U.S. PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon, or Yingling. There's a beer called Yingling. Yeah, it's all good, bro. Good conversation keeps you going a little bit. It's hard to end it. It's like a good phone call, but you hate to say goodbye type deal. But yeah, we'll check us out tomorrow. We'll be back for another one. I think we usually just do Monday through Friday. Like we used to just do Wednesdays, so we're trying to up it up a bit. Opinion on Miller Lite. I hate Miller. It tastes like water, and it's too light for me. And I actually had a argument with a guy in the Army for 3 days straight about Miller Lite versus Budweiser, and you just made me hate Miller Lite even more. That's all I can say about that. But it's a drinkable beer. If it's cold, I'll drink it. Yeah, bro. Like I know, and I'm sure in some, being like an import beer type deal, some people would be like, "Oh, this is great." It's trash, man. It's trash. But they do call it like the champagne of beers. So, some people are different believers. Miller Lite is just trash, trash. But yeah, get you some Yingling. It's an American one, or Pabst Blue Ribbon. I try to go a little bit smaller on the mainstream scale. What up, Connor? You hit us right at the end. We're leaving, bro. That's what's up. We're leaving. We're done. Night's over. Catch us tomorrow night at 9. Yeah, you probably won't see it, but give it a try if you do. I'm going to look for that black label. I'm going to be doing some Googling when I get off here. I appreciate it. I'm going to sign off. You stay safe to you too. Drive safe. I guess you're at home now. Ain't nowhere to drive. You have a good one, though, bro. Yeah, good night to you too, Connor. 9 o'clock. Catch us early.